Hello Pygame enthusiasts, and in this tutorial we will be actually just doing some little bug fixes and improving things here and there, and we are almost done with this whole thing, which is super cool. Sorry about the squeaking, my keyboard tray is not very pleasant. But here we go. Let's run our program and see where we've gotten so far. If we just wait for this to load. Okay, so here's one issue. I made a mistake in the last episode. I made it so when it hits the platform it inverts on the y-axis, and that's not how physics works. It's supposed to bounce like upward from here, but it's bouncing downward. So we can fix that. So right here's the function that detects collisions, and it says if there's a collision, then you want to invert the x-axis right here, and then you want to invert the y-axis. But we don't want to invert the y-axis, so we can just delete that negative sign. We do not want to invert the y-axis. So let's see how that works now. Hopefully our physics should make a bit more sense. And look at that, it does make a bit more sense. There we go. Perfect. The next thing that we need to do is we have a problem where yeah, this happens. Our ball kind of gets stuck in our platform for a few seconds. And that is happening because, yeah, see, just like that. So if I go back to the Arch tablet, actually have this pre-prepared ones. Look, I came prepared for the tutorial. Okay, so the ball, say the collision is detecting every second. So it's collision detect, collision detect, collision detect, 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 and oh, it detected while it's inside it, so it inverts, and then detect, invert, and then it just bounces around in here, and it just gets stuck. So we can fix that by doing this. So here's the thing that detects collisions between the platforms, and what we can do is say if the ball movement is if it's colliding, and we also want to so what we can do is, should probably explain this first. So we can say for this platform, if the ball is moving this way, then we want to collide. So if the ball is moving this way and there's a collision, then you invert. And that would fix it, because if it say detected here and then bounced back, then it wouldn't activate because it's moving this way. So we can do that. But we need to, there's two different platforms, so we kind of need to do some weird conditionals, because hold on, I think I know how to do this. If I select this, Control D, come on. Okay, never mind. I don't know how to use this program, but yeah. So there's two different platforms, so we need to do this kind of with two different conditionals. So, which platform is which? I can't remember. I think, Let's check up here to see which index is the platform on the left and see which index is the platform on the right. So, let's see. Where do we declare platforms? Okay, so okay, it looks like I 0 with 1 is on the right. So that's kind of confusing. Where is move ball? Okay, so we want to say if we want to find the index of the rect, or okay, actually here's what we can do with this. So we can say if if the rect dot center x. So this is checking if the rect is that expresses the like where the rect is on the x-axis, and so that way we can differentiate between the two rects. So if the rect is if the center of the rect on the x-axis is less than, I don't know, 50, then we know that it's the rect on the left. So now we need to see, so if the rect on, if we're dealing with the rect on the left, sorry, this is hard to explain. So if we're dealing with the rect on the left, then we want it to be moving left, because if we're dealing with the rect on the left, we want to make sure that the ball is moving this way, or else we won't bounce. So if the rect is on the left, and if ball movement on the x-axis, the 0th index, is greater than, is it less than 0 or greater than 0? I think it's less than 0. Yeah, it's less than 0 because we want to, let's see, it's the axis, oops, that's not what I meant to do. The axis is go, sorry. The axis is go like this. So x and the y, we want to we want the ball to move in this direction. So we want to move it negatively on the x direction if it's going to collide like that. So if it's less than 0, so if it's moving negatively on the x-axis. So yeah, if the center x is less than 50 and the ball movement is less than 0, then we know that it is okay to collide on the left. So, and now we need to check for the other side of the argument. So we need to check for the other platform. So we can just copy this and paste this. Oop, I need to move this over a bit. So I need to move it over even more. So instead of less than 0, we want to make this greater than 0 because we want to have it moving positively on the x-axis. And if we want to make it, if it's greater than 50, because we want to test the rect on the right. And then I think that is probably it, yeah. And then we just use the proper syntax for an if statement. Remember to indent this. And hopefully, if I didn't make a mistake, which I probably did, then we can run this and it'll work. Hold on. Look at that. Look at that. It didn't get stuck. That's amazing. Look at that. It's not getting stuck at all. So, a quick overview of what we just did there. So we said it's allowed to collide. It's allowed to invert when it collides if either it's moving if either we're moving left and it collides with the left one, or we're moving right and it collides with the right one. And that eliminates the bouncing back and forth between, like, the rect, bouncing back and forth between the platform inside the platform, because that's annoying and it's not great. Okay, so what do we need to do next? Let's run our program and see what bugs we need to fix next. Oops, I need to. Okay, well, what about this? These aren't supposed to be able to go off screen. So what can we do to fix this? Okay, that's actually really easy. So what we can do is, so where's the thing where we move the platform, where we move that platform up and down based on the keys? So yeah, so what we can do is this is where we check if we're pressing the keys down, and then if the keys are being pressed down, then we move the rect accordingly. So we want to put in another conditional here. So if it's being pressed down and the rect is in range on the y-axis, then we can move it. So that's actually pretty easy to put in. So and if what is our what is it called? If the platform rect at the index, because remember we have our oops, I need to push this over a bit. So and if the platform rect at the index, because we're using this index thing for our for loop. So if it's true, I'm sorry, if the platform rect on our index dot center y is greater than, greater than 0, I think, because we don't want it to go above the screen, and platform rect index, and we want to make sure it doesn't go below the screen either. So we want to make it less than 500 because our screen or our window is 500 by 500 pixels. So yeah, hold on. I think that's good. I think that'll work. So let's run this and see how it works, and make sure our platforms aren't allowed to go below the surface. Oh no! Ooh, a new version of RepLDotted is available. That's pretty cool. I do not want to use that right now, but let's see. Hold on. It's kind of blocking my view of the terminal. And RepLDotted will take a little bit to load, so let's just wait for RepLDotted to load. Okay, here we go. So, okay. Type error. The greater than symbol is not supported between instances of pygame.rect and int. So let's see what line that error is on. Line 42. It says it right here, line 42. So let's see. We just wrote that, so there must be a mistake in it. Okay. So I'm here. The problem is in this right here. So I said if the rect is greater than 500. Well, I mean the rect is just a rectangle. What about it is greater than 500? That doesn't really mean anything. Like if the rect is greater than 500, that doesn't really make sense. So we need to point it at dot center y. See if the center on the y-axis is greater than 500. So let's see if that works this time. I need to. And it's still not working. Oh, I see what I did. Look at our code. I'm making all sorts of mistakes this episode. I might re-record it. But we want to, so, dang, I'm making all sorts of mistakes. So this is for moving our, this function right here is for moving our platform up, and we're checking if it's below 500, or yeah. So all we want to check with this, if it's greater than 0. So let's cut and paste this out. So let's cut that and paste it in here, because, okay, it's kind of hard to explain things when I'm staring at a blinking cursor, but let's get the art tablet working. So so we have our screen and we have our platform. That is not a good platform. Let's draw that again. There's our platform. So it's checking if oops, that's bad, but so this is checking. So our platform is moving up and down, and what my mistake was that I was saying if it goes below if it goes down here, if it goes below the screen, you're not allowed to press the up arrow. The up arrow does nothing if it goes down here. Well, I mean, it's kind of pointless, because if it goes down here, I can't press the up arrow, then I can't get it back up. So we want to do that in this other thing. We need to check it in this other function. So let's run this again and see if that fixed the issue. Look at that! It did. Perfect. Okay, that took a few tries, but we got it working. Okay. This is so much fun, if it is a bit slow. But REPL.it is kind of slow, so it's not that great. So, what can we do next? I think this will be a shorter episode, because we just did a few bug fixes, and I think next episode we're going to finish this up for real. We're going to actually finish making this. Thank you for watching this very mistake-filled episode. But you can figure it out. If you've gotten this far, you know how to use Pygame, you know the concepts, and yeah. And actually, I challenge you to try to make a winning statement yourself. Make it so you win if you get past. So you win if you get the ball past the other player. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next Pygame tutorial.